If you're speaking in Visaya, I don't know what you're saying. I only know Tagalog and Kabapangan.
Buntis.
That's Tagalog, okay.
Tagalog.
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 Ew, you're so
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Bro, that's so nasty.
Tagalog. Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Thanks.
Guys.
Guys, smile!
Wait.
Everyone's not looking.
Do it again.
Take a picture.
Another one.
See, smile! Okay, are we gonna start now?
Yep.
Alright, ready? Okay. Three, two, one. Hi everybody, welcome to Baon To Go with another episode. And as you can see, we do have some familiar faces and new faces. So we're gonna go around and introduce everybody else. So we'll start from my farthest left. Just say your name.
Hello, I'm Anthony.
Okay, hi Anthony.
I'm Caleb.
Hi Caleb. I'm Isa. Hi Isa. I'm Terry. Hey Terry.
I'm Joffrey.
Hi Joffrey.
Rosh.
Hi Rosh. Okay, so now you are familiar. And those of you, thank you everybody who has joined also as the audience, because the audience can also participate if they would like to answer any of the questions. So, this is actually a very special potluck podcast because our church is celebrating an international Sabbath as we embrace everybody else's culture. So, I know since we're based off from Orlando, Filipino, most of us are Filipino, but some of us are either mixed or from a different country or representing from different cultures. So we can go around and you can say what ethnicity you're from or, what culture you identify as. And then you could say what's your favorite food from that country. Food from that country. All right. So let's go the other way. So we'll start with Rosh.
Oh, hi. Wait, what is it?
What country are you representing?
I'm representing the Philippines. And my favorite food, that's a little hard because there's a lot of stuff there I love, such as
I see things.
Jollibee. That's gotta be top.
Okay. All right, next one, Joffrey.
I'm Joffrey, and I represent Philippines and Poland.
Ooh, Poland. So what's your favorite food from either country?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe ube.
Okay. So you guys already know, as you can see from my attire, I am representing Philippines, but I'm half Tagalog and half Kapampangan, so it's from two different provinces of the Philippines. We heard two different languages. My favorite food is ginitaan mais. If you don't know what that is, it's sticky rice with corn. Because if you already know from the previous episode, I love corn. So, yeah. And now we have a new contestant here.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself and the country you would want to represent.
Hi, I'm Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
Hi.
And what ethnicity are you?
Oh, I'm Filipino.
Yeah. And what's your favorite food from the Philippines?
Palabok.
Ooh,
Palabok.
palabok. Okay. Next.
What is that?
Oh yeah, what is palabok?
Noodles.
Okay, yeah.
Noodles?
I don't have it on my plate. I have it on this plate. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's for my mom.
Hi, I'm Puerto Rican,
Wow.
and I really like rice and beans. Rice, beans, and usually either with like just chicken, sometimes fried, sometimes sauteed, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But usually rice and beans, you used to eat it every day in Puerto Rico, like pretty
Wow.
much every single day. It's my favorite, will not stop being my favorite.
That's very common with rice. I think every country almost eats rice.
If it's not rice, it's not nice.
It's not rice, it's not
nice.
nice.
Oh, okay. All right, Anthony.
So, I'm a Filipino American, but what I like from the Philippines is halo-halo. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try balot,
You want to try
I
butter?
wanna
It's
try
good.
balot.
People
Balot's
hate on
good.
it too much.
It's good.
What is that?
I know it's like a soupy, I don't know,
No, it's a fertilized egg.
fertilized egg.
Yeah, but
What's
it's
that one?
dead. It's a duck that's dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's
dead
a-
Oh,
boar
it's a
duck.
duck? I thought it was a chicken.
No, it's duck. It's a duck, and you feel the beak and the feathers and everything. So
Yeah, this the consistency.
Crunchy, you
a
know.
little,
you get the soupy
Whoa.
part and the
I
very
want to
meat.
try the soupy part.
The soupy part? Okay. Alright, so thank you everybody for introducing your guys' culture and also the foods that you guys like. Alright, so we're all gonna go to this next topic here. Is if you have traveled or have not traveled yet, but if you have traveled to a different country or maybe in a different state, right? What is your favorite moments of traveling? Or if you haven't traveled, where would you want to travel to? Okay, so we'll start with Anthony.
Well, I only traveled within state, and
Put the mic closer to you. Or speak louder.
I only traveled within state, and recently for Cantabile, we went to New York, and I really enjoyed that, and yeah. But what I really want to go to is the Philippines, of course, because that's like my home country, and I want to try like all the food. But what I really want to go to is Puerto Rico as well, because of the beaches, and yeah.
I go to Puerto Rico,
Nice.
bro. Go to
Of
Puerto
course,
Rico.
we gotta go together. Yeah.
All right, Caleb.
Dude, I've never gone out of state except like I once crossed the border to Canada. But the only place, one of the few places that I really want to go to is Iceland
Ooh.
because
Oh, Iceland is a good one.
all the mountains are it's just a really beautiful place. And plus, I have got to see the Northern Lights, and it's just a really nice, serene place from what I've seen. I'd rather travel there. And yeah,
What would you want to do in Iceland?
just walk.
Just walk?
just
That's
hike,
it? You
just
don't want to
hike,
like...
Beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
beautiful.
yeah,
That's the
it's
only thing you
true.
can do
I mean, yeah,
there.
the
Just hike
scenery.
across the mountains and eat something weird, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
I want to see if Greenland is actually green.
It's not.
Greenland
It's
is
not.
ice.
Nah,
It's
it's
not.
ice.
I want to go to Greenland.
Iceland
to
is green.
Greenland?
Iceland's green?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
It should be opposite.
They are. It was made that way on purpose.
You have to trick like the people, right?
Yeah.
That wanted to come over
The
there.
person who discovered Greenland called it that so people would show up because they thought it was gonna be green. But it was really to keep people off Iceland. And then he called Iceland that so people wouldn't go to an Iceland. Yeah.
Is that true? Or is that,
That
just
is
like...
actually-
That's
you can-
That's
okay.
look
the
Yeah.
prank of the millennium.
I don't know. I'm not a fact checker, so I
I
don't...
want to go to Greenland.
Just Greenland?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Hazel, which countries or states have you visited and what was your favorite
I've stayed
one?
within the country, but if I were to go out of the country, I'd want to go to Europe. Everyone's going to Europe this summer, but
Where in Europe? Just in general? Oh, okay. I've been to Europe actually. I mean, maybe have you guys been to Europe?
No.
Not yet.
No? Okay. Well, I went to Europe when I was like probably 10 years old. I went to
Really?
Switzerland, Germany, Italy. We just drove around, but mainly it was Switzerland, basically. It's okay, the way they drive is a little different from here, and their signs are also different because my parents would get lost with the language, but it's okay though. They could speak English, so it wasn't as bad. Yeah. As I already mentioned, I've been to Europe already when I was a kid. I've been to a lot of places out of the country. I go to Canada a lot because my family's there. Yeah. They moved from Philippines to Canada, so that's why. But yeah, a place I want to go is to definitely the Philippines, like how Anthony mentioned. I haven't been there yet. I was supposed to go
Same.
during 2020, but
For the mission trip,
for the
right?
mission trip,
I was supposed
but,
to go too.
but then COVID happened, and then like now we're stuck here. So
Still have the shirts.
one day after I'm done nursing school, I'll go. Okay. All right, Jeffrey, where have you gone?
Oh, I've obviously been to Korea, South
Ooh.
Korea. The architecture and the food is, mwah. Yeah, that's definitely something is most memorable, especially the castles there.
There's
Beautiful.
castles.
There's castles in South Korea.
Like like little temple like thing.
The Asian like palaces.
I don't call it something like that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to visit like Vietnam. It seems really nice.
You know? I don't hear a lot from there. Oh yeah.
Turn around.
Oh, your turn.
Last summer, I visited Mexico for the first time.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty nice. Oh, the first day was like it's kind of cloudy, but like cleared up. on the beaches on the roadside. Oh, we went to Cancun, so pretty cool. We went with Issa and Izzy.
Oh, was it like a road trip or you guys flew?
We flew in. JD was there too. JD's family.
Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. So did you guys speak Spanish?
I tried.
Okay.
You know, just like the little simple sentences, kind of greetings and stuff.
That's cool. So speaking of languages, is there a language you guys want to like learn, or you think like, oh, it's the most like
Yes.
beautiful language ever you've heard of?
Now Spanish, my sisters know this for a fact because I try to speak Spanish to them all the time. I downloaded Duolingo like 2 weeks ago,
Duolingo.
but I also did take a Spanish class
you
like
did?
last year. So
Are you taking another one this year or?
yeah,
Oh wow.
it's really fun. I love learning Spanish.
Do AP.
AP?
Yeah, do
I don't
AP.
know about that.
So you think Spanish is the most like the best language?
The best language? I don't think
I don't know
about
What was it you
best.
asked, Terry?
I
was
said the
fun.
beautiful, the most beautiful
It's the most
language
beautiful, right?
like you've heard.
Right.
Could be. I don't know. I don't really have a preference towards anything.
I would say Icelandic. It's like probably one.
Icelandic? What are they? I don't know what their language
They
is.
sound very, very pretty. Very pretty in their music too, you know.
Oh, and their music. Oh, okay.
York.
Even though I want to go there, I don't even know
see.
anything about that. I just want to go just because of the mountains.
The language.
Aurora Borealis.
All right. I don't know. I've been listening to. I listen to a lot of multicultural languages. I think the most prettiest one to me. I still have to like listen to more cultural languages, but I would say is French so far.
French is so
yeah,
good, too.
so
It's an
far.
aggressive language,
Like,
though.
I think French is really, really pretty. I don't know, the way they say it is like very nice. I don't know how to describe it. Okay.
They're very aggressive when they speak, though. I thought it was sexy at first, and then like
okay.
they
Croissant.
croissant. It's not croissant.
Okay,
Croissant.
we're not trying to make fun of French
Oh, my
people,
fault.
but I'm just saying like I like it really. Like I don't know the music, but the songs that you guys sing, I don't know. It's
Wasn't there this one that was like proven at Tagalog?
oh yeah. There was a. Did you guys hear about this on the internet where it's like the most sexiest accent is like Filipino?
Oh yeah.
That's the same. Thank you. I'm sorry. Like,
Can be.
just
Who has a
Damn.
Filipino accent?
Filipino saying.
Gabriel,
Hey, come, how would you have the accent? Come here. No.
Wow. He does not have that bad of an accent.
You say no. He has an accent.
He's
He's like,
It's at least understandable. Some people don't even
oh,
understand.
that's true. Oh,
He's showing
how
mercy,
would they
that's why.
say it in like to get a girl?
Don't you have a
Dave has an
Filipino
accent.
accent?
I can make one. I can.
Yeah, make
Do
one.
it.
First one.
Do
No,
it.
no, but I have to think like how
Oh,
to.
Damien could make a Filipino accent.
No.
Right?
No.
Filipino accent.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like.
Yeah, come here.
he's like,
Do a good
oh, baby
Filipino
girl,
accent.
like come over here. Like who says that?
Hey, good. Come over here.
I can do a good Vietnamese accent.
Oh,
Oh,
Vietnamese.
okay.
Oh, Vietnamese.
Okay.
No, man, I go to China.
Bro, right here,
All right. Speak.
What do you want me to say?
Say, okay, imagine you're trying to like do a pickup line on a girl in a Vietnamese accent.
I can barely do a pickup line on a girl on in an English accent, much less Vietnamese.
You pulled me.
Let us try.
Careful, bro. Secrets. All right, give me a scenario.
Okay, so
One that isn't one that you just said.
I'm the girl.
You fell down the
I
stairs.
fell down the stairs.
Fell down the stairs.
yeah.
Fell for you.
Oh my goodness! You fall down the stairs so far for me. What do you mean awful? That's accurate, no?
That was good. That was good.
Round of applause, yeah.
Wait,
That's it.
We're not, but I'm just saying the
No,
accent.
it's appropriation today. It's
So appropriation.
not racism, it's appropriation.
I could say in the Filipino accent. It's like it's
Terry-
really bad.
Terry
Oh my
has a
God.
Filipino accent.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can try it, but it's like you know how like they always say, "Oh, baby girl, like come over here." Like
Baby girl.
I'm like what? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think Filipino is the sexiest accent.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There was a TikTok that I saw a while ago, and it was saying that Portuguese was a good, like,
I think Portuguese is like the world renowned, like most attractive.
but we do have someone in the audience who could speak Portuguese.
Oh.
So
Come here.
You wanna
Come here.
yeah, you
Come
wanna
here.
speak?
Right here, man.
What do you want me to say?
Anything, bro. It doesn't
Like, let's say
matter.
you're trying to
Just
pick up
don't
a girl,
curse.
You fell down the stairs.
I fell downstairs.
You fell downstairs.
She
And you
felt
caught
it.
her.
And you caught her. And you caught the
Oh, and
girl.
I caught her before she fell.
Yeah,
and you're trying to visual up at this.
Okay, give me 30 seconds.
Okay.
Seconds, you got 5.
Alright. But that's interesting. So as he's waiting for his Portuguese, language.
It's loading. My brain is
Let
switching.
him cook. Let him cook. Let him
Let him
cook.
cook.
Who's
Let him cook.
cooking?
Okay, so what do you think is, well, you said Portugal. Is that the only language that you want to like try to learn, or maybe like,
Oh, try to learn?
yeah?
I mean, it'd be cool to learn.
I got you.
Okay, let him go.
Okay.
E aí, mina? Doeu quando você caiu do céu?
I folded. I just folded.
What did that mean?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Hey, I asked. Did it hurt when you fall from heaven?
Google Translate. Okay.
I got it. That's what works.
Wow. All
So
right.
the way you do it, Puerto Rican style is like, hey, mamita, venga pa' acá, porque yo te voy a ayudar con todo lo que tú necesitas.
Wow.
How about the Dominican, bro? The Dominicans? Oh my gosh.
Puerto Ricans are so bad at it, bro. Puerto Rican Spanish is like the least attractive Spanish ever.
Is it?
Really? Like, what's the difference? Like, I know, like, in Spain it's like vosotros, and then like, then everybody else is like nosotros. So it's like, what is
Puerto
that?
Ricans have like, for one, a lot of their words are just flat out English
Oh, really?
because we have like this thing, or we don't. They're not just flat out English. We use a lot of English words because they're just mix of English for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Spanglish. It's like Spanglish. It's kind of gross. And for some reason, the way they talk, they're just like really giddy and uppity. And they talk really fast. They're not usually slow and serene and attractive. They're like, "Hey, mommy," they're like that. It always sounds like they're catcalling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that so? Then what language do you think has like the best, like the most beautiful language ever?
I don't know, but I know a British person could pull American girls easily.
A British person?
Yeah, a British accent.
Actually, yeah.
It's the accent. Yeah.
Bridgerton. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Anyways, Hazel, you were saying.
I'd want to learn French.
Ooh, yeah. I'm telling you, French. I love French, but anyways,
Why? What do you like about French?
like, I mean, I've never been to France or Paris. I really want to. But I don't know. I think of Miraculous.
Oh my word.
No, but the songs. Okay. No. But the songs that they have in French.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
All these girls.
No. I'm
Miraculous,
saying
man.
no, but I'm saying it's so good right now. But anyways, the French songs that they sing is actually really good. And then I also listen to Eurovision, where they sing like from different like European songs that they make. So they also have like really nice songs that I find that are French. So I was like, oh, okay, I like it.
I thought you were gonna say Miraculous, like how they don't have the English dub.
Oh
To
yeah.
listen to the French version.
Wasn't it supposed to be an anime at first?
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be an anime, but then they
It would
scrapped
have been
the
so
idea.
good. Anime? God.
Yeah, but they switched it and they're like, no, we're just gonna keep
For
it
budget reasons,
3D.
right?
It was for budget reasons. And they actually changed up the guy. The guy's name was supposed to be Felix, not Adrian, and Felix was supposed to be the mean type guy. But Adrian is not the main character. He's like more nicer. But he does have a cousin named Felix who is the character of the old version. But yeah. But anyways, Anthony. Oh,
No.
no, he already. Oh, did you
Yeah,
go?
so-
Yeah, the language. Yeah.
What about the language?
You said like about, speaking Puerto Rican Spanish, and then you also were talking about I asked you what was the most beautiful language that like
You said British.
You said British though.
Dude, no, I just said British is like really attractive to a lot of American people, but like what I think the most beautiful language is, if I were to take a guess, it would either be, dude, I don't know. Tagalog, yeah, Tagalog, Tagalog, yeah.
Tagalog, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The American version says Tagalog, but it's Tagalog. All right, so
I think a British accent, like, because if you can speak proper, I think that's very attractive.
Speak
It's really- yeah.
Australia. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Australian
Australia.
accent.
But there's also two accents I want to learn. But,
Languages, you mean?
well, accent. But
Oh.
for languages, I wanted to learn Filipino. Although I don't find it attractive. I mean, not Filipino, Tagalog.
Okay.
I don't find it attractive, the accent at all, but like, it's just something I would want to learn. And maybe Spanish.
That's good.
But I think Spanish is very sexy.
You think Spanish?
Yeah, because like you say, mi corazón or something.
Oh.
Mi corazón, mira
Oh.
papi, ay,
Oh,
Dios mío.
El jugo de manzana.
Wow.
That's the Puerto Rican one. It doesn't come out as good.
Somebody watch some telenovelas. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you might find some Spanish,
These
you
are
know.
crazy.
Oh, and like
Crazy.
you said, miraculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because French, whatever it is
Yeah.
in Paris. That's something that's the only reason why I would want to learn French.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miraculous. Thank you, Miraculous. No, thank you. Okay, I'm kidding.
No, imagine some like French person saying like, I want to learn English to watch My Little Pony.
I mean, technically, some people do that. They just watch like American Netflix, and that's how they like.
I want to learn
speak
English to watch Stranger Things.
It's like saying I want to like learn Korean so I could watch Squid Game. Like it's the same thing. Or K dramas, yeah. Yeah.
I need to learn Japanese to watch that Evangelion,
Anime.
bro. That Evangelion, bro. That anime, bro. That JoJo. You know what I'm talking about? I need that Japanese, bro. Don't be that person.
Well, speaking of that, since we're all talking about movies and films, so what was like one like international or like foreign language movie or show besides anime? I know anime is already in Japanese that you've watched and you try to understand.
Oh, Jane the Virgin.
Being a virgin?
Jane the Virgin.
The Korean or the
What?
Oh no, the Spanish.
What?
There is a Korean one, but anyway.
really?
Yeah, but
Yeah, the Spanish one.
oh okay.
Babes got me into it.
Oh, she did.
We watched the episode on the plane, like, okay, this isn't too bad.
It's good though. It's really good, in my opinion. Anyone else has other films, like international foreign films that like you watched, you try to understand it?
Subs or no subs?
I mean, you could have it with subs or without subs.
No. When I was younger, my dad just put everything on the TV English. So I would watch like Cartoon Network and all those shows, but I would only watch them in English. That's how I learned English.
Oh,
I learned
okay.
them through cartoons. That's how I learned English. And then I was really good at English class in Puerto Rico. They teach English by default.
Right.
And so I was already top of the class for that just because I watched Adventure Time in a regular show. When I got to the U.S., I had so many bad mannerisms in my English. There were just some things that I just said that were just rude,
Oh,
apparently. And not fun.
sorry.
Okay.
It's very different from like the films and in real life.
It was like the same. It's just that there's just some little things that just they weren't bad, but it was just embarrassing. So people would be like, "Why'd you say it like this?" And I'm like, "What?"
Whoa!
Yeah, that's what I knew. That's what I knew going into the U.S.
That's interesting.
That's how all Americans act, huh?
Yeah, I went to Ohio first, not Florida. Ohio.
Wow, Ohio.
Yeah. I like to call it white man's land, dude. But it was great. I love Ohio. But I went in middle school, so I had a lot of kids asking me, "Speak Puerto Rican, speak Puerto Rican, speak Puerto Rican."
Oh,
Speak
wow.
Puerto Rican is crazy.
Yeah, speak Puerto Rican, not Spanish. Speak Puerto Rican.
Hey, mommy.
Damn, mommy.
So, are there any other films? I know anime, like we've all like seen and stuff. We all try to understand it at least with Japanese. But is there any other films you guys watch?
Oh wait, yeah, my my dad. I was with my dad. We were watching some movie that was like in Spanish. You could have it English dubbed, but if I
It
know
was a-
Spanish, why would I?
Yeah.
Except I,
Fills it up.
yeah, and it's not in sync perfectly. So, but I was watching it in Spanish, and it's from Spain.
Oh,
Spain's been
wow.
making some really good movies lately, and
I know that Spanish is different than
Yeah.
like Puerto Rican.
I thought I was gonna understand it perfectly fine.
No, it's like so different.
People talked super fast, and it was kind of like a CIA crime drama movie. So people were
Oh.
always talking about intelligent stuff, and I could not follow it. I had to have my dad explain it to me. But yeah, that Spain Spanish, not the same.
That's crazy. I mean, for me, I don't know if like I know most of us are Filipino, but did you guys grow up with TFC or GMA?
Oh, yeah.
So when I was a kid, that's how I kind of learned to pick up the language a bit, and without the English subtitles. But sometimes I also learned English in America, so I didn't understand it half of it, but I understand like some parts of it. So I would always ask my parents like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And they're like, I don't know how to translate it. I have to hear like everything before I even understood it. But yeah, that was like that's just one foreign like film I watched that like, that was new. And at least I tried to learn it.
Pablo Shadow, how do you say his name? The cop guy who does not die.
Coco Martin.
Coco Martin. Yeah.
Coco Martin, not Martin.
Martin?
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I see that guy, I think of Raj, because Raj looks like that guy. When I was a kid, he looked like him. Like, same haircut and everything.
No, I
Oh.
swear that guy, he like died 4 times.
Coco Martin, shout out to
No,
you.
when he gets shot.
That's the most classic. Anything that somebody dies is that
This is
song.
Rashi Kobo.
That Filipino song.
Like he gets shot. And he's falling like this.
Yeah.
I can see just a little.
Yeah, a little
Right.
bit.
You know,
You see it?
Get like the head shape, kind of. I don't know.
Pull up a picture.
I'll put up 4.
he looks
I
more
swear he
Asian.
was darker in
Look at the camera.
the
Look at the
shows.
Yeah, look like compare it and compare the picture.
Picture.
Insert the picture.
Oh no, pal.
Remember, this was like back then.
Oh, no.
Back then.
Okay.
And back
back
then.
then?
I'm not talking about now.
Like when I had shorter hair.
Yeah.
Old picture of Rush.
Old picture.
Old picture of Raj.
What about you, Hazel and
Want an old
Joffrey
picture of
and
Raj?
Rush.
This is me, guys. You didn't know already.
That's you.
Audience.
Didn't you post that?
Every once in a while, I gotta remind the people.
You gotta remind people.
My very beginnings.
Any other films that you guys like watched? No,
You really think of any?
not really.
I haven't really watched that much foreign films.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think when I first moved into America, PewDiePie and like that realm of YouTubers like helped me like establish my English. You know what I mean? I just watched a whole lot of YouTube
You
back
learned
then.
English through Markiplier and PewDiePie.
Markiplier, yeah. Minecraft YouTuber.
Minecraft
Awful.
YouTuber.
Minecraft YouTuber.
I learned Spanish through Dora. So
Really?
Dora the Explorer as a kid.
I used to watch it. I thought I was so smart because I knew both answers every single time.
That's great for you.
Yeah,
And then Ni Hao Kai Lan for like Chinese.
Forgot about that
I
show.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I know it's like very underrated. I don't know what happened to it, to be honest.
It disappeared.
It really did. It really disappeared. But anyways, let's all talk about traditions and our culture aspects. So, what's a tradition that you guys would want to like share someone else that isn't from your culture?
Tinikling.
Tinikling, okay. Cultural dances. Wait, but why tinikling though?
Because like I feel like it's a good dance to have fun with other people, and I feel like it's a good opportunity to dance with your partner.
Ah,
Oh,
you
okay.
just want to dance with your partner. Ah,
Hey.
okay.
No, but it's fun.
Just don't get your ankles like
Yeah.
broken.
After a while, you get used to it. Though.
That's true. Yeah.
You gotta keep the beat and be coordinated with your feet.
Any other traditions that you guys want to bring up?
Definitely music. I feel like that goes like hand in hand with
What type of music though? Like
just traditional music, like the the guitars they put up there.
the randalia? Yeah, the randalia. Oh,
Uncle
that's-
Long.
Oh yeah.
It just brings people together. I think it's really beautiful.
I'll definitely see the food for sure, like Korean barbecue, like during like special occasions, or like just your everyday food, not the everyday for everyone else.
Yeah.
Like kimbap or gyoza bibimbap, all other stuff.
So, dancing, music, food. What other cultural things that you guys would like to express or show?
That's it, man. The food is the only thing from Puerto Rico that I would like to show other people.
Rice and beans.
No, man.
Rice and beans.
Rice and beans, bro. Mofongo. The way we cook some of our other stuff. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know what some of it is called in English. I know there's this one dish called biste, right? Arroz con biste, right?
Ooh, that's so nice. I'm sorry.
Con biste. Anyways, it's basically like a cut of meat that's cooked a certain way. But what really fascinated me and caught me I was so sad. I was so disappointed.
Oh.
Biste is just a Spanglish thing that Puerto Rico made up. It's really just the word beef and steak together. It's beef steak. It's beef steak. But then they try to make it all fancy for those higher end Puerto Rican restaurants, and they call it bistec, spelled B-I-S-T-E-C. Try to make it super fancy, but it's literally just beef steak, and that made me so sad. And as turned as music though, I would never. No, I hate Puerto Rican music.
What? Whoa.
It's just reggaeton.
Reggaeton?
If you don't like reggaeton, then you don't like Puerto
Reggaeton?
Rican music, pretty much.
How about you, Hazel? Anything?
Guys, they already said it.
They've already said it.
When you said traditions, I was thinking like household traditions.
Yeah, you could do household
Like,
traditions too.
You know how like, okay, a lot of people don't do this, but when you go into someone's house, you take off your shoes.
Yes.
The shoes. Every
Amen.
time.
Like,
And then when someone was like, oh, you don't have to take off your shoes.
I still do it.
What do I do?
Like, what do I do?
No, I still take off my shoes. I'm like, I just want your floor to be dirty and just put it there. I wear socks.
But yeah.
I mean, basically traditions. I want to teach this to my children. I know we mentioned this during our Mother's Day episode, but teaching children how to bless. I want.
Bless na.
Yeah, because I feel like, okay, no offense, but society now doesn't have much respect for a lot of older people or even parents. Not saying that all of us do, but I'm just saying like you see out there in social media there are some people that don't really respect each other. So at least to like my kids, like they're probably gonna be born in America, to be honest. But with the Filipino culture that I grew up with, like I want them to learn respect so that they can also get the respect too. When you give somebody respect, you get the respect. So that's what I want to teach. Like someone, I mean, they don't have to do the whole, I mean, like kids, I want to do this, but if you're like from a different country, I'm not gonna like make you put your hand on your forehead or anything. But like also like, you know how you say like, oh, this is my auntie and uncle, but they're not your blood related. Yeah. But like, I just want to teach like, that's the respect. Like, yeah, like that's the respect. Like you don't, okay, no offense. I know in American culture, you say the person's first name or Mr. or Mrs. last name. We don't do that. We just say auntie and uncle because we just think like everybody is just family. I'm pretty sure it's similar to like Spanish, right? Like your Hispanic culture, right?
Or you say ate and kuya.
Yeah.
No, we don't really have words like that.
Oh, really?
I mean, we say like tia, titi, or papi, or whatever, but it's really just for like close family. A lot of times when you're with other people or sort of extended families, you will say their names, or you will say like, it's usually like a nickname or like a variation on their name, or like some joke that was made, and then you would use that. But it's nice that you want to do that though with like the children, because then like, even if they might not know what it means, like say a grandparent shows up and sees them, or like an older, someone older, they're gonna feel better about that. That's like a little thing to like kind of like make them feel nice about it. You know, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Oh, did you guys already said? Okay. So I just want to point out what you said. You call who titi? Is that like tito? I mean tito. That's like Tagalog for like uncle. Is that like
Titi
uncle?
would be for your aunt.
Aunt. Okay. Because in Philippines, that's not a good word to say.
That's not a good word to say. Yeah.
Because that means a boy part that girls don't have. So that's what that means. So we don't say that. That's why like okay, that's probably a culture shock for a lot of people.
There is a lot of words.
Yeah,
that,
like when I hear
contradict.
people say it, I was like,
Yeah.
Especially in like music class where they're like tita.
Oh my gosh, no.
My goodness.
I'm sorry.
That's like so common though.
I know. I think it's just because of culture shock. Which leads on to our next topic. What are things that like in different countries are so different to our culture? So
oh, I'll start.
okay.
So like, this was during my food fest, right? Serving food, and then we have this rice cake called puto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, all my life I always knew like puto was like a rice cake. But like when it came to Hispanic culture, especially at Food Fest, I got so much backlash at it because they would say that's a bad word, and I didn't know. I mean, how am I supposed to know better? And I would say it. It was like, this is a rice cake, and they was like, no, it's a bad word. You gotta take it off. I was like, you know, actually like all the Hispanic moms came after me and they got mad at me because I would say it in front of them, and they was like, watch your mouth. I was like, I didn't know. That was on me. After that, we changed it to rice cake.
That's
Yeah.
so sad. I would
It is
not have
sad.
changed it. If that was the name of the cake, that's the name of the cake.
Because that's
So
our
why not?
culture.
That
I'm
is
not-
our culture,
yeah.
sadly.
Yeah, exactly. That's your culture. But you know, puto is also our culture too.
Yeah, so sorry. We do. So if it's Filipino puto, we mean dessert.
Dessert. It's a dessert.
Like, if
It's a
you're
rice
in
cake.
Hispanic, bad. Like,
Yeah, very, very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
I'm going around saying that.
That's why I was like, just be careful, because some words are very similar. Is there any other like cultural like shocks or like anything that's like very different or similar?
Oh, one thing that I didn't realize until like middle school was that everyone doesn't eat rice with every meal. Or like people eat rice with a fork.
Or
Yeah, with a fork. Like I didn't realize that until like middle school because I went to Forest City. Leave that out. I went there and they were eating their rice with a fork, but I grabbed a spoon. And they're like, "You're eating your rice with a spoon?" And I was like,
You're supposed to eat it with a
"Yeah."
fork?
Yeah,
But
you're
you with
supposed to eat
your
with a
hand,
fork.
dude. I don't know.
But like everyone was like,
With a spoon?
I eat it with a spoon. Well, like recently I've been eating it with a fork because usually that's the only utensil they provide. But
Yeah, that's crazy. No, to be honest, my cultural shock was probably the language barrier because I spoke Tagalog, Kapampangan, and English at the same time.
bless you.
And so okay, I'm sorry, but when I got sick, I was first grade and I wanted to throw up, but I didn't say that in English. I said Suka. Suka is a Tagalog word for throwing up or vomit. So when I went to my teacher, I said, "Teacher, I don't feel well. I feel like I need to Suka." And they're like, "Suka? What's that?" And then I do this motion, okay? I did sign language. Okay, this is not really sign language, but it's like, this is what I did as my sign as a child was this. And they're like, "You want to throw up?" I mean, obviously that's the correct translation, but I didn't think it like that because the language barrier. Because my parents would speak to me in like Tagalog and English like mixed in. So every time they're like, "You need to throw up," I said, "No, I need to suka." Which literally is the same thing, just in two different languages. So I didn't understand. They didn't understand me, and I didn't understand them. So at that point on, that's when they were like, "Yeah, your child is not like she doesn't understand English because I can't. I mean, I can speak English, but I didn't like spoke it fluently, and then, so I went to ESOL for like many years until middle school. So." Yeah, if you don't know what that is, it's English students other languages. So students that don't like fluently speak English. So that was rough. Even though I was born here in America, I still didn't pick up the English as well, I guess, as like most people would. But now I'm like fluent English and now I'm learning my parents' dialect. So it's like quite the opposite now. But yeah. Any other cultural shocks?
I know that a lot of Korean food is spicy. So every time I would give someone Korean food that is really spicy, they have a hard time eating it.
Oh. But are you okay with spice?
Of course, I'm very good with spice. That's
No.
so easy to
Us
do.
Filipinos cannot take spice. I'm so sorry.
No.
seriously?
No.
That's just y'all.
Filipinos
That's just
can.
y'all.
I think half of us can, half of us don't. And I'm that part that don't.
We like it on the sweet savory side.
Yeah, I like
Most of us like
sweet.
it on the sweet savory.
Spaghetti, yeah.
I'm sorry, Italian.
Oh, that's another cultural shock.
Yeah.
Because like we serve our spaghetti, and then people was like, "Why is it sweet?" Because that's how we cook our
it's
spaghetti.
with-
It was for
with
me.
sugar, brown
With
sugar,
sugar,
and
yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff that like I eat like here in potluck. It's just like so odd to me because it's sweet. I just don't expect it. For some reason, Filipino food they don't taste the way I would think they would by just looking at them.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to it, like seeing certain colors, tasting certain ways, especially like in the U.S. and Puerto Rico. Then here it's like it throws me off. But some of it's really good. So.
Everything that comes in the Philippines doesn't come out the same. I'll tell you that.
My biggest culture shock was when I went to Ohio. It was the weather. So in Puerto Rico, it's hot year round. It's hot year round, and then in December maybe there's like a breeze, but it's always hot and humid year round, and it's always raining like at least 4 times a week, right? 3 times a week. When I went to Ohio, it got cold. That was so weird. I had to wear like thick suits. It got cold, and I saw snow for the first time.
Oh wow.
That was super odd, dude. I was like playing around the snow for so long because I've always wanted to see snow, and I finally did. And yeah, no, I got sick so much. I had like a red nose the entire time because my body was just not used to it. Yeah, but the weather kind of takes you further.
Another culture shock I had when come to America was that I had this like idealism of what America's like. You know, I was thinking like Disney World, all this stuff. And I come here like, oh, what is more country?
It's like on the opposite side of the world.
No, I just came from Seoul, South Korea, so it's a big city, mega city, right? You know, it threw me off. Like, what?
Oh, welcome to America. Any other like cultural shocks?
When I was a kid, I had a nickname, and they would call me AJ. And I'm pretty sure in our culture we have our nicknames as a child, and so I grew up with the name AJ. I didn't know my name was Anthony, so when I went to school, they would say Anthony. I wouldn't respond, and they would get mad at me, and I would get in trouble, and I would yell at them. I said, "That's not my name. My name's AJ." And I was a really shy kid, and I was bullied because they say, "You think your name is AJ, but it's."
I'm sorry. But that's true though. I mean, I'm not sure in the Hispanic culture, but for us, we do have nicknames. And like, I know you mentioned you guys like call other people
Like
nicknames
Bo-boy?
as well.
Yeah.
Boy?
Like Bo-boy.
Bo-boy.
They're both
Bo-boy.
boys. I think that's the most common. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
that's the most common like Filipino. Like Bo-boy.
I know trainers also called Boboy.
Also Bo-boy. But yeah, like there's like, I don't know what it is, but like Filipinos, they actually give you a nickname that actually correlates with your name or that does not correlate with your name at all. Like my mom, I'm sorry, Mom, but my great-grandfather would call her, my mom's name is Mary Jane, right? But they would not call her that. They call her Angge. That's her name. Her name, that's Angge. And I'm like, where did they even get that name from? I don't know. Like, it's so random.
Well, Bobo is like always like a younger boy. And
Yeah.
You two are like the youngest guys in the family, right?
Well, he's the middle.
Only
Yeah.
Well, the youngest guy. I mean, he's the only guy, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, the nickname go crazy, to be honest.
Have you heard our president's nickname, bro? Bong Bong.
What?
Bong Bong Marcos.
Bong Bong?
Yeah, I know him.
Wait, who's our president again?
Bong Bong Marcos.
Oh,
In
Marcos.
Philippines.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, that's his name?
That's his nickname.
Oh, that's his nickname. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Bong
that's
Bong.
What's his real name then?
I forgot.
That is his real name.
Bong Marcus.
That's his nickname.
Is there
for sure.
wait, Raj? Is there a reason why it's like that?
I don't know,
I'm
man.
saying like Filipino names be like different. It's like doesn't correlate.
Yeah, I know. I have some cousins that have like nicknames as Banana 1, Banana 2, B1, B2.
Oh, wait, what? Me too.
Banana one.
And I know I had a friend also in the Philippines that was named Bad Boy, which translates
Bad
pig.
boy.
Bad boy?
Bad Boy.
Bad
boy?
Boy.
Bad boy.
Bad Boy.
Bababooey.
Bad boy.
Yeah, bad boy
I
means
feel
pig.
I feel bad calling him that, but that's what they call him.
What? See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, my mom calls me that.
Oh, another cultural shark.
Okay.
Okay. Can I even say this on camera?
Is it bad? Like,
Bad is it?
No, because I was watching TFC, right?
which one?
OMG.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then it was like, you remember the fat guy? He was like running around the pool, and then she was chasing him, and she would say, "Chubby, chubby,
Yeah.
chubby."
Yes.
Yo, it's like I didn't know what it was,
Bro, that's bad.
but that means fat in Filipino, right?
Taba.
Taba.
Taba is fat.
Taba is- Then what was he saying? She's saying.
It's similar, but it's a slang.
It's a slang.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it on camera.
That. No, not here. We have people watching from that culture, so no, thank you. Any other like cultural shock?
I don't know.
Or Hazel? Anything?
You say cultural shock?
Yeah, any, like something like you found out was like different. No?
My mom always said that, what do you call it? When she first came to the Philippines, she didn't know what black people were. And
Oh.
so when she, I kid you not, when she came here in America, she asked her dad like, "Dad, why is he burnt?"
What?
And she got a slap her. It's like, he's not burnt. That's his skin. That's just how he is.
Oh my goodness.
That's how it is in like a lot of Asian countries.
No, like if you go to like China, dog, you're like a celebrity there. Yes.
Oh,
No,
really?
actually, yes.
Some people will be scared of you.
Because they think you're a basketball player.
If you're white in India,
That's
You're like crazy.
crazy.
That means you're rich. That basically.
It's in the Philippines.
That's crazy. So, any other like things that like were different? Actually, I want.
Oh,
Oh wait, sorry. What?
you know that thing?
Oh,
They don't do it here.
What is that?
what do you mean?
It's like
My parents
That's how
definitely
you
do.
find people.
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is how we
Oi.
catch
like-
like Filipinos attention.
Tell Filipinos do that if you do that.
You can tell who's Filipino.
They won't stop looking at what everyone's saying. He has a culture shock.
And if they don't respond, they're not Filipino, Val.
I do subconsciously at school sometimes.
Oh,
Like
really?
I forget.
Over there.
I go, hoi. Hoi.
What's that?
Okay, Nathaniel wanted to say something.
So basically,
He's sweating, bro.
so basically, when I came to this church, I thought that all Filipinos were like serious.
Bro, we're the opposite of that.
Look, is that in Costa Rica? There wasn't that many Filipinos, and they're all like old people, serious, respectful, whatnot. So when I came here, I was kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet. I don't want to respect or anything. But then, of course, I started meeting you guys a bit more throughout the time, and I figured out, well, they're not as serious as I thought. They're all pretty funny.
For real. We're the goofiest people. Filipinos are one of the goofiest people ever.
Yeah, but I was, but still, it was kind of weird because in my mind, I was like, oh, they're all these traditionalists, respectful people, like very strict with everything. So one time was going on, and I was like, something isn't right. This was not what I imagined the Filipino culture would be like. It's more family oriented than I thought it was.
Like an expectation.
Oh yeah, extremely family oriented.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's actually, I can live with that. That's good.
That's cool. Yay! Thank
Okay,
you
clap.
for sharing.
Family.
Familia.
Family.
But I do want to ask Caleb though. Is there a difference between your guys' like adobo?
Oh, everyone's adobo is different.
For me, adobo is a
Oh.
seasoning.
That's a seasoning to you?
Mostly just a
What have the
seasoning.
seasoning?
We don't have maybe we do. It's been a while, but we don't have I think you guys have adobo chicken, right?
We do, yeah.
And you call it adobo, and just by saying adobo, people already know you mean the chicken, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
We don't have a dish that's called adobo. Adobo is a seasoning, and we put it on chicken or other things used and cooked. Yeah.
So it's not a dish compared to how Filipinos say adobo is like
No,
chicken.
it's a specific.
But you know what adobo is, right?
The chicken, right?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to new player.
Ah.
Say your name and what country you're representing.
I'm Gabriel.
Gabey.
Yes, sir. Rashi. I'm representing. You know what this is? Yeah.
He's representing
Yes.
shirt.
Yeah.
Put in the
China.
comments.
I mean, it's
Representing
similar.
Akatsuki.
Huh?
Never mind.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so moving on to our next topic. Since we were talking about cultural shocks and differences, what are actually some things that are similar to different cultures?
I don't even know.
Similar?
Yeah, similar.
Dude, I don't know.
Maybe plantains.
Plantains, yeah, that's
Plantains.
right.
Rice is universal. Pretty,
Yeah, right.
pretty universal.
There's a lot of similarities between Bisaya and Spanish
Oh,
too.
really?
Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
shared words.
bro.
Like zapatos, that's one of them.
Yeah,
No,
you
the
can-
numbers. The numbers. Like.
The numbers, yeah,
Yeah,
that
bro.
too.
Yeah, some of those languages just have Spanish words in them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, conquered by Spain.
Conquered
Yeah.
by Spain, yeah.
Magellan.
Yo, same, bro, same.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Magellan also got Puerto Rico?
Yeah, Puerto Rico is a mix between the natives, the Spanish, and the slave trade. So it's all three of those. Yeah. Very mixed place.
Interesting. History class.
Yes, sir.
Isn't
sir.
Cebuano more Spanish?
Cebuano's like Bisaya.
Oh,
And
okay. So it's
Spanish.
Spanish. Oh, same thing.
That's why we can't understand each other.
No, there's another language on the side of Cebuano. I must be thinking something. It's like very, very Spanish. Almost entirely Spanish, but except for a few words in Tagalog. I don't know what language it is, but I forgot one of the dialects. But anyways. Any other similarities but like we can think. It doesn't have to be Filipino. It could be like any other country that like you could probably think of.
Man, it's just rice. It's
Just rice.
Just what different cultures do with
Everyone
different
likes
rice.
food.
That's true.
Yeah, food is pretty universal.
You mentioned
Everyone-
food and everyone turned.
Everyone turn.
The similarities they have is that if there's a culture and it has food, America probably stole it and made a fast food chain out of it.
That's true. I feel like some of the music is very similar. I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, some OPM songs are like very similar to like Spanish like love songs. I don't know if you guys like made the connection, like a little bit. No, I probably just made.
What's OPM?
OPM it stands for Original Philippine Music. So it's literally music just from the Philippines and just created from the Philippines. So sometimes it's in English or Tagalog.
What about OPMs?
No, I'm saying like OPMs is similar to like Spanish like love songs.
I guess so.
Like a little bit.
I think, I don't know. I think they sort of sound similar.
The
Have you
guitar's the
heard,
same.
like Spanish songs?
Maybe like Visayan songs. They might be similar, but I don't.
I think it just feel
I
like,
always listen to Tagalog.
Okay, it's probably just me.
I feel like depending on the country's like choice of scales, will depend on how similar the song will be. It's like you say if you get like your standard American scale compared to somewhere maybe around East Asia, they use different kind of notes, and what's popular there might be different there. That's why you don't hear similar sound. But I can say a lot of like traditional music can be kind of universal.
Okay. Yeah, more of the traditional side has very similar aspects, right? Okay. So with that being said, we can move on.
Take a trash break.
We could. You guys want trash break?
Trash.
All right, I'll take the
Yeah,
trash.
trash break.
Cinnamon tastes very good.
All right, ready?
Not a
3,
fan.
2, 1. Welcome back after trash. As you can see, we switched. So we have some familiar faces and new faces. So we're gonna go around. If you already introduced yourselves, we'll skip you. Okay. Ready? Let's go on this side. Say your name and what country you're representing.
I'm Lewin. I'm from the Philippines, I think.
Yeah, go, Isa, go!
Well, Isa already introduced herself. Okay, you go.
Well, I'm Nathaniel,
Hi, Nathaniel.
and well, I'm representing the Philippines too.
Uh-huh.
But
He's half that too.
my mom is from Guatemala,
Oh, okay.
Central America.
Wow.
I thought you were just Hispanic. I didn't know you were also like.
half.
He's half.
He's half, yeah.
50-50.
And my dad is from the Philippines, so.
Amen. Bro, his dad doesn't look like a Filipino, bro.
Okay, racist.
that-
Watch your
that's
mouth.
called for, but-
He looks handsome though. I wish.
Okay.
What did you say about
Can I see your dad?
Filipinos? They're not.
Why does everyone want to see? I don't know. He said he looks handsome, so now I'm curious.
Okay, next. Say your
Haven't seen
name
it,
and
bro.
which
Should
country
see it.
you're representing or you're from.
Hello, my name is Valentine.
Hi, Valentine.
And I
Darn.
identify as a Mexican.
Yeah!
Even though my grandpa is from Spain, but I'm Mexican. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Wow.
We're gotta switch teams, bro. Gotta switch teams.
Okay, so since we do have new people and new faces, hello, welcome. Wait, hold on. Shh, children, lower your voices. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to talk about. Obviously, we've been talking about food, but what foods do you guys want to make?
Rice.
Okay, but
Do we want to make?
yeah, that you want to learn how to make that you don't know how to make yet, or
Oh, we don't know how to make.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Absolutely
I
nothing.
got one. Ramen in the original way, like not that instant ramen. Like you have to make your own broth, your own ramen, like pasta.
Like by hand?
Yes, by hand.
Stuff takes a while, man. It's like a whole day.
Yeah, it's hard, bro.
You guys should learn how to cook spaghetti.
the Filipino spaghetti.
Yeah, Filipino
That's
spaghetti.
sweet one.
Guys, learn how to cook it, please.
Sorry, Italians, we put sugar.
Not really.
Okay, you know what? Sorry.
Now we use banana ketchup.
I need to know how to make bread pudding. I don't know if
Bread
that's related
pudding?
to any culture here, but I just really need to make bread pudding.
Is bread pudding not like Hispanic? I'm pretty sure it came from like Hispanic roots.
I don't know.
Bread pudding?
There's,
I think
there's
so.
pudding, but I'm pretty sure that's not bread
The
pudding.
same?
It don't
Oh.
taste like it, no.
Well, unless you want to make those.
Hey, at least I want to make something. I'm trying to cook, bro.
You have freedom,
All right,
bro.
what food do you want to make?
I want to learn how to do smoke salmon.
Salmon? Smoke
Salmon.
salmon?
Salmon.
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 He meant to say salmon.
Yeah, I meant to say salmon.
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 I say
Valentine meant to say the word salmon. For anyone who speaks English, Valentine meant to say salmon.
Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro. I just like
I will learn one day.
Well, why
Maybe.
smoke salmon?
Cause I like salmon. I like it.
Because salmon is the best fish that's ever come out of God's great ocean.
Bro, don't forget about tilapia, bro.
Yes, sir.
No, it's salmon. Tilapia has too many bones,
Tilapia's
man.
pretty good too.
Too much
though.
to nick.
Tinip.
I don't like it like that.
All right. Any other foods you guys want to learn on this side? Okay, go.
Well, I want to learn how to make tamales.
Oh, tamales.
Now, the reason why I want to learn. Oh,
Get a chair, get a chair.
You want to join?
Should I call his brother? Bro, keep going. Keep speaking.
Okay, so basically, the recipe comes from my great grandmother, and she taught my grandma, which she taught my mom. And now she's teaching me.
What do they make tamales with again? Is it corn on the inside?
Okay, is that there's different types of tamales from the area, from Salvador to Panama to Nicaragua, but the recipe that my grandmother made, it's different because it's from Guatemala and it's hers.
It's special.
So you're gonna share the whole recipe now, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna make it public now.
But good
Instead
luck
of making money out of it.
No, like I can share it, but good luck making it. It's
really hard.
It's not that hard. It's just labor intensive. That's all.
Labor intensive. Okay, so you gotta work hard.
Well, I like tamales. Mexican tamales are made of, what's it called? Corn? Masa, yes. Masa.
We call them empanadillas.
No, tamales. I'm talking about real tamale. Oh, you guys call empanadillas?
We
Empanadillas?
make it, but I don't know how similar they are.
We have, ours have breaded chicken or pork.
Hispanics in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what's the big difference between tamales and empanadillas.
How big are
Not
you?
empanadillas, pasteles.
How big are you guys empanadillas are?
Oh, whoops. I say empanadillas, but I said empanadillas, but really what I meant is pasteles.
Pasteles.
It's the they're bigger than tamales. I'm pretty sure tamales are smaller, and they're brown.
Oh,
It's
okay.
sometimes they're made with a different must. But then there's the ones that are made with rice. It's made up.
Are they fried or cooked?
Bro,
They're both.
so
Depends on the one.
so ours are small like this cup, like this size. Yeah. But this country, I don't want to say which country, but bro, instead of putting shredded chicken or just a piece of chicken, they'll put the whole chicken in the bone. Not the whole chicken, I mean the whole piece in the tamal.
What?
Yes.
In that little thing?
Yes.
Put a whole
He's
chicken?
disturbing. Sorry.
What are these kids doing?
No, show them to the pod.
First butt.
No, first baby.
Sorry. Anyways, we
Anyways.
have a lot of children here.
Louine hates children.
That's not true.
That is true.
I can confirm this.
That's not true.
So, is there any other foods you guys want to learn specifically?
Arepas.
Arepas.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of don't like arepas. Sorry.
What?
You
But
haven't
I've
had-
tried. No, I'm serious.
Wait,
I
from
have.
which country?
You're looking at me like you're a fan. I
From which
don't.
country?
Puerto Rico.
I don't know.
Oh,
Puerto
okay.
Rican
Sorry.
still
We don't like Puerto. Okay.
Rico.
Okay. I didn't say anything.
Puerto Ricans
Yeah.
don't make arepas. Venezuelans do.
No, Colombians.
And Colombians. I just know Puerto Rico doesn't.
No, look, my uncle is Colombian. He makes good arepas.
So Colombian and Venezuelan people have this big controversy about arepas. Who made them first?
Huh?
Yeah, I was saying the
I have no
Venezuelan.
idea what he asked, but
Yeah,
No.
I know.
I support Colombians. My uncle's nobody beats.
oh, is it a race war? Is it?
No.
No, Filipinos should join. Filipinos should join.
So Venezuela versus Colombia. I take Venezuela.
No, Colombia.
Whoa.
There you go. Amen. Amen, Anthony.
It's my turn. Are you still eating? I still want to make, my favorite food from my culture is ginitaan mais. I still want to make it because my dad makes it a certain way. I don't know how he does it, but it's the best one.
Corn. It's almost the same. Yeah, it's like the same.
It's sticky
Spanish.
rice with corn.
You want to make it because you like corn, right?
Yeah.
Sticky rice with corn?
Yeah.
But no, but it's sweet.
Like, yeah.
It's like sticky. It's sweet, sticky rice.
It's supposed to be a dessert. It's like, you know that thing that like Indonesian people make with like the mango sticky rice and they pour like condensed milk on it? It's kind of like that.
But not mango and just
Yeah, not
like,
mango. Corn instead.
Just like-
We have
and like
something similar. We have arroz con dulce.
Yeah. Rice with, it's
Rice with
We
sweet.
have arroz con leche.
And
yeah, rice with milk. Well, there you go.
Champurrado, rice with
Oh, champurrado.
We have
yes.
champurrado
That's like
too.
rice stew,
Yeah,
which is
see,
kind
that's
of
the
rice with
difference.
like Toblerone, like I forgot what it's called. Like it's like a block of chocolate.
Okay, guys.
That is champurado, no?
Next time my aunt does make some champurrado, bring some. So you
Okay.
guys can taste it.
We'll taste the difference. We'll do the difference.
Guys, we have a food festival tomorrow, by the way. International Food Festival. Cheer for the camera.
Just Filipino food.
I don't think it'll only be Filipino food this
Alright,
time.
Isa, what food would you like to make?
It's called benignit.
It's like ube with like bold tapiocas.
Yeah, and you like
And
roll,
different-
so like it's like a dough, and then you roll it up, and then you put it in the soup thingy, and then I like eating it. It's like balls.
That sounds good.
It is good.
You should try it.
Yeah, make me some.
But I don't know how to make it.
All right, Louis, what food do you want to make?
Boneless water.
Louis, are you okay? You're meditating?
Boneless water?
What food do you want to make, Louis?
What food do you want to make?
I'm thinking.
Pizza.
I don't know.
He wants to learn how to make pizza.
No. Like something that I actually need to learn how to make. I'm trying to think.
Spaghetti.
I know how to make a spaghetti, man. I made a spaghetti. I'm trying to think. No. You know, it's basic, but I need to know how to cook like steak. Like steak.
My dad brought you
real
bread.
good steak.
Yeah, like real steak.
Yeah.
Like grilled steak.
too, me too.
Yeah, grill house steak, man. With the thermometer and everything, I was like,
Oh,
man.
We got to learn how to do steaks because one day we're gonna get married.
Yeah, we're gonna have a cookout at church. I'm sure.
We'll go on. Oh, we have no player. Yay!
Yo, never say that ever again, bro.
I'd be
Yo.
my player too.
Say your name and what country you're Okay.
dude, it's like Discord.
Say your name and the country you're representing.
What'd you say?
He's a Discordian.
Bit of an identity crisis. My name is David.
Okay. That's your name?
Identity crisis. Yes,
What is your
parents,
pronoun?
and we all live in the same house.
Yes, I think I'm American. I'll go America.
You think?
We don't got enough we don't got enough American reps
I mean,
on here.
were you
I
born here,
think.
right?
Yeah, I was born
Act
here.
like an American.
Actually-
you're Filipino ethnically, but you're American.
Actually, I was born here.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he was born.
I mean,
Look at Louis.
any Latino born in America is American.
I'm not.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you're
United States of America.
you're made in America.
That has got to be the worst shirt I think I've ever seen.
Description.
You guys want to know something about the name of Mexico? The country of Mexico. It's not Mexico.
It's Mexico.
Mexico.
It is Mexico, even though it's written with the X,
Yeah.
which will be Mexico,
Yeah.
but it's pronounced Mexico, like with the J.
Yeah.
Okay,
H.I.
okay. What I was gonna say, Mexico real name is Estados Unidos Mexicanos, which is
that in
United
the United States of Mexico.
yeah, United States of Mexico.
America. Like yeah. Like started with that. Forgot.
De America.
So in Mexico and different countries, they have to say, nah, in Mexico, we're trying to be like United States. I'm like, that's not true. Mexico was here way before the United
before
States.
the United States.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Mexico.
Yeah.
Bro, take those glasses off. Hey, don't look at me like that.
Where those glasses are? Oh, that's yours, right?
All right, so moving on. That's a nice fun fact. So now we're going to talk about diversity. But with this type of diversity, we're not trying to be controversial, but similar to what David said with identity, especially those who were born here in America who have parents that are from different cultures, or people who are coming from a different country to come to America. They identify in many different things. So, with that being said, do you think if somebody identifies as someone that of something or a culture that they aren't even affiliated, should they be identified as that, or should they be identified as?
I personally identify as an idiot, dude.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. If you're not from this continent, but you were born in this continent, I'm talking about American, all America. You can consider yourself American. Okay, because you came from where your family came from another continent, and you're on a different continent, so you're American basically. But there's a part that I always say, even though I was born in this part of this continent, I'm still Mexican because that's my blood. I mean, you go to someone else. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, they'll see what am I? And I'm Mexican. There's nothing to be ashamed of being or saying you're from this country or that country. I don't know why. Some people just get offended, even though they look like that country. They will get offended.
I have something to say. A lot of times people will say they're one thing because they look like the thing. But if you lived in America for all your life and you act like an American, right? And then you talk like an American and you do American things and you don't really go back to that other country, I think it's a pretty safe bet that you are American. There's nothing wrong with being American and still celebrating that heritage you came from.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
And so a lot of people here will say, oh no, I'm this, I'm that. But like at the same time, if you've been living in the US for all your life, you're still American. But thing is, no one really wants to be American. It kind of gets a bad rep.
Yeah. I'll say this. I don't know. I mean, there are people who aren't, like, I know it's no one here, but, like, people who are adopted, for example. Say, like, you're adopted by a Chinese family and, like, you're white. But your whole life, you've grown up with your Chinese parents, you're around the Chinese family all the time. You learn their culture, their tradition. I don't think anyone would be mad at you if you said, like, you were Chinese. Obviously, your race, is one thing. Race is completely different from ethnicity and culture, yeah. That's completely different. So if someone asks, yes, you were born white, but you're Chinese because, you've been learning Chinese your whole life. You've been raised in a Chinese family. And it's kind of the same thing like with people who are born here who are from other countries. Like people who are Filipino, they can say like, I mean, I was born in America, but my entire life, I've been raised in a Filipino household. I'm so used to how we do things in a Filipino house that like, I don't, and of course it's not a bad thing to say you're American, but like, yeah, you can say you're Filipino too, because it really just depends on what I think you identify more with, like as a person, and it varies from everyone. So,
but don't be like my friend Luke, who was adopted from Korea, lived in Oklahoma with American parents from Oklahoma, lived in Oklahoma for most of his childhood, and then came here, friends with me, and is like, yeah, I'm Asian.
I'm Korean, yeah.
I'm Korean.
I mean, technically he is
Does he speak?
born. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
He
well.
knows more Russian because he works with Russians than he does Korean.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, it depends on the culture, or it depends how you feel as a person, right? Basically, how you would identify yourself as. So, with that being said, I know there's a lot of feud going against with like people who are born American, but their ethnicity of whichever culture, like Latina X, or like
I'm sorry, or like Filipino Americans, right?
Philippine X. Yeah.
or
Philippine
X.
Philippines.
So there are people who are born in America, but they bring in some of the culture like from home. But there's people like fresh off the boat, like they're from the actual country and their culture and everything. It's all rich and everything. So, and I know there's like the show. So with that being said, with the feud, right? No, the feud, because they think, like for example, for Filipino Americans and Filipinos who are from the country, they say like, oh, Filipino Americans are not truly Filipino because they don't do this, they don't do that, and stuff like that, or like because they only see like as like whitewashed in a way because we live in a country that's first world country compared to like a third world country, right? So a lot of people from the Philippines, no offense, but we do get those like type of criticism. I mean, I do personally.
Full offense.
When I don't speak the language fully, I can understand it, but I'm still learning. They would give me a look like as if like I did something
They're like,
wrong.
come on.
Yeah. They're like, you're like you should know this, like type of look. So and it like brings down, the culture. But it's kind of ironic because if we have Miss Universe who's American Filipino, they're more happy for her to be, to be a Filipino American than if I'm Filipino American who's trying to learn the language, but they're really, yeah, and they're oh, you should have known like this and all. That's like, what do I do? So,
well, I think with you, it's like at least you're making an effort to learn the language.
Yes, I'm at least making an effort.
Yeah, I know a lot of Filipinos who, well, full offense, but like a lot of Filipino people who are born here don't even try like, to connect with their roots from back home. Like they don't care about the language. They're not fond of the food. They like don't. Not to say like our traditions are absolute. Like we don't have to follow everything that they do in the Philippines, but of course people are gonna call you American if you're following American like customs, American standards.
Yeah, same happens with the Mexicans.
Like, you can't be upset that someone calls you American if you're not doing anything to try to be Filipino. Like they don't even try. So it's like the disconnect between wanting to be called one thing but like doing the other. It's like your words say something and your actions speak something else.
Mm-hmm. Same happened with Mexico. There's a lot of Mexicans born here in the United States, and they don't speak Spanish, but they won't even try to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
They'll get offended if you talk to them in Spanish, and they'll be saying, "I'm fully American, like American," and you can see them. They're fully Mexicans. That's when some people get mad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if somebody who's not from your culture and country, but they try to speak the language, right? Is it okay for them to identify as that person because they're trying to learn the culture?
Identify? No, but I would be very happy that they're trying to learn our language.
Me too.
Like, I think, like, if I saw a white person come up to me and they started speaking Tagalog, yeah, like, I'd be really excited. Like, I was like, wow, like, yeah, like, it's always flattering, like, which is why I never understood, like, the cultural appropriation thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, I would be very happy, if I saw, like, people on the street wearing, like what we were just wearing. Like, you're still wearing it, the barong. Like, it's not something that I think, we should be trying to gatekeep from other people, because the whole point of culture is to spread it with everyone else. Like, you don't want it to, be confined to you guys. You want everyone to, like, have a part. And whether it be language, tradition, clothing, food, like, I don't think it serves anyone well to just, like, keep it within your own community. The whole point of it is to be shared with everyone else.
You gotta be shared, bro. I need other places around the street selling that rice and beans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I need that tripleta, bro. I love tripleta, and I need that being sold commonly in the U.S. right now, dog.
Amen, Dickie Charles. Caleb, whoa. Sorry. Whoa.
You had it right the first time.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, as true, with the cultural appropriation, I feel like it's more like if you don't make it offensive. Because I think a lot now with society, it's like they really like the culture so much to the point they really like do the stereotype of the culture.
Nah, cause there's this guy.
Okay, yeah,
named Ollie London, and he got surgery to make himself look Korean, and he was biracial. Yeah. And then after that, he changed into turning into Filipino. He went from Korean to Filipino, but he's white. And I'm like, what you mean?
He wants to get those Filipinas, okay?
Yeah, he should date a Filipino woman.
Bro, I call him Tisoy though.
Whoa.
Tisoy, oh yeah,
that's how you call them if they're white and they're like born from like they have their families
the
here.
Tisoy.
And they're like, dad's side, like if they're white, and they go to back to Philippines, we call them Tisoy, bro.
No, we call them gringos.
Amen.
We call them gringos.
Unfortunately, I'm in that category, bro. I'm a gringo, bro. At my work, everyone speaks Spanish. And
You speak Spanish?
I know the Spanish, right? But I don't know as well as a lot of them. And a lot of them speak Cuban Spanish and different types of Spanish. And I had a hard time keeping up at first. And I was definitely gringo, bro. Let me just say
Do
that.
you guys know the story behind the word gringo?
No. Duende.
Kind of.
Okay, some of them have. Okay, there's a lot of stories, but the real one is this: when the United States was invading Mexico, trying to take the territories, the Mexican people didn't know how to speak English, so the only thing they knew how to say was the color and to leave. And since the American army was always green, the Mexican people used to tell them "Gringo," like go from our country, leave our country.
Gringo. Oh my goodness.
And that's how they started calling them gringos.
Yeah.
Gringo. That's crazy.
My dad's Call of Duty. I'm sorry, go. My dad's Call of Duty group chat name, like him and his homies, is Gringo Killers.
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah, so that's the story behind the name.
That's crazy. All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to add about anything about culture or about, lifestyle, traditions? Anything to add on before we close?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you may know, I was born here, right? But at a young age, I went to live in Costa Rica. The thing is that when you go to a different country and you don't know how to speak the language, it becomes quite a problem, especially when you're 5 or 7-ish. Because you can't talk to any kids, you only can talk to your parents. Basically, you can't even go anywhere because you can't speak Spanish.
It's lonely.
Yeah, it's lonely. Yeah, so it was kind of hard, especially to live in a different culture. And the thing is that if you know how to speak Spanish, at least, because I look Spanish, kind of.
Yes, you do. Yes. You do. No offense.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I understand. That's fine. But the thing is that since I didn't know speak Spanish at the time, it was really hard for me to include myself in the culture and all that. So, even though ahora sí puedo hablar español perfectamente, casi, I never got that truly acceptance of me feeling that I was part of like Spanish.
He's just like me.
So when I came back here, I was kind of happy because I get to speak with people that always speak English again.
Yeah.
It was a relief for me because all these years, Spanish. I like back home. I listened to English in television and books to my parents and whatever those kids are doing. And when I came back here, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, bro.
English again.
English again.
Hey.
You didn't get that Dora the Explorer to watch to teach you the basics, bro? Come on now.
You not speak English?
I'm not gonna learn from someone that cannot tell me what she's looking at.
Wow. It's okay.
Oh, those Ohioans. Can you speak Puerto Rican?
Hawaiians?
Can you speak Puerto Rican? I'm like, yeah, I like tacos. Me gustan los tacos, bro.
Some people just start like speaking Chinese in front of me. I'm not even Chinese, bro.
Bro, same with me. Same. I think they bow and then like,
Hey.
okay, I don't
So
know what you're
I got
doing.
a question.
Yeah.
How does Hispanic people who speak Spanish sounds to you guys? What do you guys hear when
Fast. Yeah.
It's fast.
Really
It's really fast.
Filipinos are the
You're
same thing.
talking 25
Yeah.
you guys minutes per hour. I can't,
Not only that, it's
understand.
kind of
like,
loud too.
Yeah, I get like one word out of like every 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, fast.
Hey, yo, but look, this is what I'm trying to say. When hearing Hispanic people, how do you guys will describe the words? Like, try to say, even though you don't say the word correctly.
That's racist.
No, don't say it. That's not racist.
Like what word?
Look what?
Like, whatever. No, don't say a word. Like, say what you hear. Even though it doesn't make sense, just say what you hear.
Oh no!
No.
What about you to speak Spanish
What are
right
you
now?
saying? Repeat it.
No, I said
No, you
racist
guys,
for sure.
you guys talk to each other in Spanish.
Yeah, I'll try to understand.
Yeah, I'll try. We'll try.
Bueno, ¿qué quieres que hablemos primero?
No, pues lo que yo quiero que ellos digan
Rapping, bro.
es que
Oh, now he getting canceled.
es que traten de imitar el español a como lo escuchan ellos.
Sí, pero no lo entienden.
Yo sé, yo no quiero que digan palabras, sino que digan qué es lo que escuchan. Es que como a mí si me dicen un chino, yo no voy a decir
I heard palabra means words.
Pero no es que ellos hablen, yo estoy hablando chino.
Entonces, básicamente, que interpretan el contexto y el tono.
Yeah,
we can understand. We can interpret it from
Yeah,
the
exactly.
context of your
Yeah,
situation.
we can understand, but we don't.
Un poco, yeah.
Un poquito.
Yeah, un poquito.
Dile lo que me dijiste. Dile lo que me dijiste.
¿Qué cosa?
De que quiero que interpreten lo que escuchan, que lo digan con sus propias palabras.
¿Lo digo?
Dale, güey.
Basically, what he's trying to say is that when you're listening to someone speak Spanish, can you kind of understand the context or the meaning of
Yes,
it?
we can.
But they have to speak slower.
Damien.
Damien can. I used to speak Spanish on Damien, and he knew like almost exactly what I meant. Like
what you were trying to say.
Like,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
full context of things.
That's good. Suave, suave, suave.
Suavemente.
I was asking this not because I'm racist. It's because Mexican people, we laugh at everything. But we don't mean it in a mean way. We just like laughing about anything. We even laugh at our stuff. Like,
no, they laugh at everything, man.
Yeah,
I was
same
like,
thing with
yeah.
us.
I don't mind it. I mean, like, I'm just,
Your mom is racist.
Yeah, I'm cautious. Yeah, that's true. But
As you can see, like we can all get along, even though our cultures.
wait.
Oh, you're
I still with the same thing.
okay.
Okay, so I'll set an example. I'm not being racist. I'm just trying to make.
We're not
a
being
point.
racist here.
Okay.
Those of you
No
watching,
one is
we're
racist
not
here.
trying to be racist.
we're at different
Okay,
races here.
because if I'm between Mexicans and we'll try like to imitate a Chinese person, we'll be like saying "Changhua," but we don't know.
When I was walking down,
Okay.
and this dude he went like konnichiwa. I'm like,
Okay,
It's
so
Japanese.
by saying that, I want to know what do you guys.
Just like sound like what
Yes, what do we sound for you guys?
I'm sorry.
Just straight up.
You
Straight
want
up.
you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
What is it
Go
about?
I
ahead.
hear like taco burrito, like
You're so foul for that. You're such a liar.
I heard like primo. It's a lot of mumbling because you guys talk so fast. It's like it's a lot of not saying like we can't understand. That's why we're saying like if you could speak slowly and like get the words one by one, we can probably
Because
get
Hispanic
it.
people don't talk like that.
Yeah,
Like,
they
the way they teach us Spanish in Spanish class is completely different from how Hispanic people actually talk.
Uno.
Yeah, they're like uno, dos, tres. I was like, okay. Then I go listen to a Hispanic person. I'm like, okay.
Like for example, one of the reasons why they say that Spanish sounds faster is because there are more syllables.
Yes, that's true. Compared to English, especially.
Like for example, there's this guy in the market, well, back in Costa Rica, and he's like, "Mándale uno tomate, vendiendo uno por dos," and sometimes he goes kind of fast, too fast for me, even though I understand Spanish.
I guess it's just a different level. I guess.
Sometimes it's just accents. Like some American
That
accents,
too.
they're just slower. I mean, like sometimes I speak English and I speak way too fast for English. Like just way too fast. And then I tried to tone it down recently, but even then, sometimes I would just speak way too fast for someone. Too fast for my own self to catch up to. Which really
Like, have
sucks.
you ever heard a Southern speak English?
Who?
Yes,
Southern.
Southerns.
Yeah, Southerns.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it's kind of
Southerns?
like that, like their accent
Because
and
you can't
stuff.
understand.
Yeah, you can't understand, depending
Or
on
like
the part.
lingo.
Yeah.
I've never heard Filipino speak English, bro. Like they haven't learned English yet. You get that accent, bro.
It's okay. But anyways, we do have to wrap up a bit. So I know we have a lot to discuss about our cultures and stuff. But overall, like I've said before, like even though like the language barriers and the cultural differences, we can still all get along. I mean, we're all talking English. That's like one way to.
Are we talking English?
Okay. Different language apparently.
We can only understand each other because God is allowing us to
That's
understand
true.
each other
We're
right now.
actually talking. And
And we're all children of God, right? So, I would like everyone to open up their Bibles or their phone app Bible to Romans 12, verse 16.
That highlight.
My phone is right there.
So, I'm doing the NIV version, okay? And
Romans,
it's
what is it?
Romans 12, verse 16. I'm doing NIV. So it says,
Wait, I'm in Romans.
I mean, you could do any version. I'm doing NIV.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so it says, live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. And then you can say it in Spanish if you want.
Okay. Unánimes entre vosotros, no altivos, sino asociados con los humildes, y no seáis sabios entre vuestra propia opinión.
This is the easy version. Maybe this might help you. All right. Always try to agree to be friends with each other. Do not be proud. Be friends with people who are not important. Do not think that you know everything. I mean, obviously, that's a very easier way of saying it. But with that being said, how does that tie in with our theme of like cultural, international cultural, food festival that we're about to happen? So,
I don't know. I mean, it's basically telling us like, why would you ever think like you're better than someone else? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, God created us all. We're all supposed to be equal. So to act as if, I'm better than someone just because I was born something else, even like within my own culture, like, again, what you were talking about earlier, like there are Filipino people who look down on, Filipino Americans because they were born here. But in my opinion, it's like, why should that matter to anyone? Like, identify with whatever you identify as. I mean, it's your choice, but at the end of the day, we all have one overarching identity that binds us all, and it's that God created all of us.
And that we're human.
Yep.
That's true.
I'm not better than anyone. I'm just cooler than them.
Amen.
Anything else?
We're built different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're built. We're all built different.
I guess it's also saying that no matter what culture you have or how you grew up, there's something you must take into account that genetically or whatever. Don't let that pride of, oh, I'm from this, or I was taught this way, or this, like, I don't know. Let's put example, the Japanese in World War II. They were very proud. They said, "Oh, we're number one. We're going to defeat the U.S."
And then what happened?
And it happened.
And then it happened. And not only that, they even believed in that so hard that they killed themselves just to not let the other side supposedly
be
win.
captured. Yeah.
So that's a dangerous pride that like they believe that they were serving a god because their culture was gonna win, and at the end, let's say that they didn't win.
Yeah, just by being Puerto Rican, I know I'm genetically inferior.
Oh, same with being Filipino. It's like one of the hardest things on
Hard
earth.
mode.
Yeah, it's hard mode.
Life on
So
hard mode.
Yeah, based on like what you guys said, it's basically like doesn't matter where you all come from. Like even in like the games of the Olympics, like everyone's very proud, or the FIFA Cup, or any country that plays any sport.
Okay, that's hard.
How do you guys pronounce it? Okay, forgive me if I pronounce it
No,
wrong.
no.
It's called World Cup.
A World Cup. Okay, well, anyways, each country everyone's so proud of because they always want to be represented, right? And it's.
The piano.
She dropped the whole piano. How is that even possible?
Remember, we're built different. She's built different.
Oh, yeah, she's half
anyway.
American. I forgot.
Okay. You guys needed a new piano anyway.
See what booking, bro?
Hey, I've needed a new piano over there, so maybe this is the excuse to get one.
Anyways, it doesn't matter where we represent or come from, right? Abstinence. Okay. But like, it's okay to be proud of where you come from because it's nice to show like we're different and like it's okay to be different. But like Nathaniel said, there's like a bad side to the pridefulness to the point where you think like everyone's like inferior to you or something like that.
Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not gonna talk about that, but. It does cause wars and threats, and that's not what God really wanted us to be, because He created all of us, differently. I mean, think about it. During the Tower of Babel, He was the one that made into all the languages. Yeah. So technically, we all came from the same, beginning, the same, how we came to be, just a different language. So.
An interesting thing is that before the Tower of Babel was made, God told them to spread it throughout the earth, but they decided not to. They decided to.
The heavens.
No, they decided to just stay in one city.
Yep.
That's why they made that tower.
Yeah, they made the tower so they can go to heaven. God loves each and every one of us. Doesn't matter where we are. We're all equal, the same. Doesn't matter which country or language you're from. So, yeah. Well, whatever country or language you speak, we're all the same. We are all the same. So anything else that you guys want to add? Okay, David, go.
I would like to say that at this time in history, think about the food fest tomorrow. That's so many different cultures all in one place. We have not been able to do that. This is such a recent thing because history before this intermingling of cultures would have never, ever happened. So I think it's important to take pride in what we're doing because it's unlike anything ever.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you think about it, I think, I mean, there are probably other churches that do probably a parade, but I haven't seen one in person nor online. If there are, I haven't seen it yet. But I'm just saying, it's really interesting how our church does it. Like the whole parade with all the, the flags. We bought those flags, by the way, to represent the, the countries that make up our members.
You bought the Puerto Rico flag.
So
One was missing.
I know.
One was missing.
I know.
I'm
we
like,
didn't.
I'm
we don't
gone
have,
from this church. I'm gone. Never coming again.
Well, we don't have. Yeah, I know, but we didn't have every flag. But at the time, because we haven't had it ever since COVID, we were supposed to have it, but COVID really messed it up. So we don't have every flag because I know our church has grown, but the way that we celebrate everybody's cultures and diversity of countries, it's just really amazing that we can all be together, just how David has mentioned. Because I don't see, to be honest, I mean, unless you guys have seen, has any church done that? Celebrated any culturally?
I can't say. I've only ever been to this church. So
Well, my church,
my church back in Costa Rica only celebrated for the Central American.
So it wasn't like everyone.
Yeah, but it was better than just them.
Yeah.
Some of the other churches gone to, they celebrate different Hispanics because it was a Hispanic church.
Yeah.
Different. Obviously, there's different Hispanics. So yeah, it was a mostly Puerto Rican church, but they did different ones.
So, see, so it's good to celebrate our differences and come together as one, as children of God. So that's pretty much it.
Wait, I want to add something.
Oh, you want to add? Okay, last one.
I think we should be honestly pretty grateful that we live in a time where, as you said, we can enjoy our cultural differences under better circumstances. Because the only times I remember that we had a good time with cultural differences is in wartime, when we had to beat the enemy.
Okay.
Because all the cultures came together. Doesn't matter what color, what ethnicity.
Other cultures.
Yeah. No, just. I mean, yeah, basically because they were killing everyone. But the point is that we're not in that situation where to unite our cultures there has to be a bad situation. No, we can do it. We can talk to our friends. We can call people outside the world. We can enjoy food. We can be at peace at our minds that that family member or friend is fine. So honestly, I think we should be thankful for that we have the opportunity to celebrate, unlike some of our ancestors.
Amen. Yes. So this is the end of our podcast for today. As you can see, we were jumping with multiple people. So thank you everybody for joining. And the live audience that kind of left, but it's okay.
Yeah. Live audience.
Comment your race below.
Comment your race below.
Comment your race below.
Comment the country you're representing. Daytona 500.
I'm crippled.
Most liked race will receive a giveaway.
Race tier list, bro.
All right, follow us on our socials on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. We do have 2 Instagrams now, Offset Higher Ground, and we have Baon To Go podcast. So you should follow that as well, and also on Facebook. And I believe that is it. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.